What's the problem? Yes, there are dangers, but there's also potential, risks, and rewards. And why rain and thunder? And maybe even more than that, isn't their response to some thunder a bit childish? Breaking down and crying out, we're all gonna die? Really? The pyrotechnics that Shmuel uses in this parak is brilliant and perfectly matches his message at this crucial turning point. The people in front of him need no explanation. This land is their life. For us, though, as much as we love this land, we have to really understand the land to be able to understand what's happening in this parak, and of course, many, many others in Tanakh. We can't truly understand them unless we can put ourselves into the world they lived in. The parak tells us that the time of the gathering was in the season of the katsir, the grain harvest. This is between Pesach, when the barley ripens, and Shavuot, with the ripening of the wheat. This is a very important time of the agricultural year. After the grains are brought in by Sukkot time, the big decision has to be made. How much of the seeds from last year's harvest will you keep to grind down into bread for your family to eat this year? And how much will you take from your children's mouths to put into the ground and invest in next year's potential crop? Hazorim bedima berina yiktohu. Those who sow with tears reap with joy. Or is it beautiful, even if not necessarily pshat teaching of Shlomo Carlebach goes, Hazorim bedima berina yiktohu. Moving the pause in the pasuk, it becomes those who sow with tears of joy, meaning you put in the work with the joy that comes from faith, with emunah, that person will end up reaping the reward. But back to pshat for now. Why do you have tears as you sow the fields? It's not only the work you're putting in, it's how much is riding on it. You make an investment in seeds, you put in the work throughout the season, and you have no idea if there'll be rain this year or not. And not much you can do about it either. Then finally the harvest season arrives, and the barley starts to ripen, and the wheat is coming along as well. While most of the year's rain is generally between Sukkot and Pesach, which is when we daven for it, at this point, after Pesach, there's still some rain. But it's a very delicate balance at this point. Some rain is good for the grains. Too much rain can be disastrous and destroy the whole year's worth of investment and work, leaving them with nothing to eat for the coming year. This is literally life-threatening. It will also wipe out the crops from the fruit trees that are in bloom, of course, as we say Birkat note on them during Nisan. In other words, the problem isn't a bit of rain. It's too much rain. A storm at this point can literally be a death sentence. A king can unite you and maybe even help you fight off your enemies. But if you only lower a patient's temperature without curing the illness, then you're covering over the body's warning signs that there's something destructive that's very active within. Even the king, who's most successful in battle, can't provide you the rain your crops need. That can only come from Hashem. And so we'll still have to look to him. I remember asking during Sefer Malachim, why is the nation punished for an evil king's ways? The answer is here in this parak, made clear from the beginning. Your leaders are a reflection of you and your actions. Don't just blame them. Be the change you wish to see in the world. The rain in this particular time of year has potential for life or death. It can make the land flourish and bring forth the maximum or destroy everything. A king can unite us and help us to serve Hashem, or can be part of what leads us astray and brings in foreign influence. Yirat Shamayim isn't one who fears thunder, but one who fears the creator of the thunder. We're again solving one problem by creating a potentially bigger problem. But if we as individuals and together as a nation stay on the path of Hashem, then the king won't be the problem. Be the change you wish to see in the world. Live what you want the world to look like.